Hello, my name is Maria, and today I'm going to talk about gods in Greek and Roman mythology. I divided my presentation into 5 main points. First, I'm going to tell you God that ancient Greeks thought of, and second, I'm going to show you the kings of gods, Zeus, and thirdly, I'm going to tell you the gods of marriage and family, Hera. And fourth, I'm going to explain the guardians of Athena. And lastly, we're going to talk about the gods of Archon and sacrifice Hades. The ancient Greeks thought that gods had similar emotion and personality like humans. So they loved and made mistakes, fought, and they did bad things like humans. They equaled God with human. This leads to the idea humanism. They also thought it was a sign from God when birds flew in drove and thunder and lightning struck. The ancient Greeks made many temples and statues for gods, one of which is Parthenon. And I forgot to put pictures in here, so I'm going to show you. This is Parthenon. Zeus is king of gods and gods of heaven and weather, especially thunders and lightning, law and order, kingship, and density. He is one of 12 gods of Olympus and leaders of gods. A total of 3 marriages take place, but the last wife is Hera, the goddess of marriage. Zeus symbols a bundle of lightning and a king whole, and the symbolic animals is eagle and bulls. And the symbolic plants are oak and olive trees. And he was born to his father Kronos and his mother.
발표할 과장 없지 마세요. That's rude.
네. And his siblings include Hestia, the goddess of ferns, and Demeter, the goddess of the earth and abundance, and Hera, the goddess of marriage, Hades, and Poseidon, the god of the sea. Hera was also considered to be goddess to marriage and childbirth, the goddess of family, the goddess of the lives of women, and the goddess of heaven and sky. She is Zeus' wife and the youngest sister. As the queen of gods, symbols are hall and crowns, and symbolic animals are cows and lionesses, and factorial. And symbolic plants include golden apple tree, and pomegranate tree, and poppies. I'm going to show you the love story about Zeus and Hera.
The Garden of the Hesperides was considered one of the most beautiful places on Earth. It was there that the beautiful goddess Hera lived before meeting Zeus. The god of thunder fell in love with the goddess, but the goddess, knowing that Zeus had a reputation as a womanizer, rejected his approaches. But the great god didn't give up his new passion and made a plan to win her over. He took the form of a small bird, known as Cuckoo, and made a heavy rainfall. The goddess was sorry to see that little bird soaked and cold. To comfort and warm it, Hera tucked it close to her body. Zeus, in the shape of a bird, took advantage of that situation to unite with the goddess. After this union, Zeus and Hera decided to organize a grand wedding party where all deities were invited. Hermes was given the task of inviting all gods and minor deities to the divine wedding. The guests started to arrive, and no deity had the audacity not to attend the wedding of the god of the universe. Only the nymph Calliope, known for her laziness, had not arrived. As Hermes was responsible for delivering the invitations, he feared being held responsible for the guest's absence. So the god tried to gauge what had happened. The god arrived at the nymph's house and searched for her. Hermes found the nymph asleep and wanted to know why she wasn't at the party. The nymph answered that she was about to leave home and that he didn't need to worry. The god, feeling more at ease, returned quickly to the party. Chelone decided to sleep only 5 more minutes. Much later, she woke up and headed sluggishly to the party, one step slower than the other. Her laziness was colossal. At that moment, she preferred to be in bed. Halfway there, she began to meet the guests who were already returning from the party. So she decided to go home, because the party would probably be over, and she didn't want to tire herself out pointlessly. As Hermes predicted, he was eventually held responsible for the nymph's absence. Zeus and Hera did not believe Chelone could commit such an act of disrespect. Enraged by being found guilty, Hermes again decided to visit Chelone. Chelone was in one of her traditional napping moments, floating in the lagoon in front of her house. Looking at that scenario, Hermes was furious. He lifted Chelone's house from the ground and decided to punish the indolent nymph. You hate to stay away from your much-treasured home, don't you? So, from now on, you'll have to carry it wherever you want to go. The god threw the house over the nymph, which floated over the waters. After the impact, Chelone emerged with the appearance of a reptile. The nymph was punished. Now she would have to carry the house on her back. But her laziness and slowness did not change.
거북이 엄청 빠른데.
수영해서.
Very interesting.
Next is Athena. Athena is goddess of wisdom and civilization and war. She was born to Zeus and his first wife Metis. She is guardian of Athens, and the symbolic weapons are golden helmets and armor. The symbolic animals are snakes and owls, and the symbolic plants are violets and olive tree. And Hades is gods who rule the underground world called Myeongge. And the Chinese name was Myeongwang, so the planet's named after this Pluto. This meanings of the name Hades is the invisible. It is said that Greeks thought it was unlucky to call Hades names, so they turned into Pluto and say it. Let's build have quiz. First, which of the following gods is not Zeus' brother and sister? No, wrong. Three? No.
갑자기 찍기로 들어가는 거야?
5. Yes, correct. Aphrodite is not sibling of Zeus. I didn't explain this.
Okay. Alright.